Ellen, were you surprised by the allegations about P. Diddy? Did that surprise you about P. Diddy?
But I haven't spoken directly because I don't know what to say.
You'll not be the first one to say it. Definitely not going to be the last. But the whole Diddy situation, right? Y'all realize that this is just like the first of thousands. Anyone realize that Ellen DeGeneres has been real quiet lately?
Doing fantastic, thank you. Do you like being scared? I'm not going to scare you.
Yeah, don't do that.
No, I know. I'm not going to do it. I have to thank you because the last time you were here, you turned me onto Twitter. I knew nothing about Twitter,
yes.
And now it is so much fun. I'm playing so many games,
yes.
and I get to give things away and help people out.
Yeah, you get to connect to the people. You get to make sure that they know that you care about them, and it's also you get to hear how they feeling about certain situations, and you get the news quicker than the news gives it to you.
Yeah, no, it's great. So tell me about your birthday party. Am I invited?
Yes, you're definitely invited. I invite you to all my parties. You just haven't seemed to show up.
No, well, is it on the East Coast?
Yes.
Well, that's why. Why don't you have one here on the West Coast? Because I work all the time.
Okay, well, maybe I have one at your house.
Where's that? Now, what time would your party start, let's say?
Like 9:30.
Really? That early?
Yeah.
I could make that.
Yeah.
But I could think of you of starting a party at like midnight. Like, what time will it go till?
That's a different type of party, though.
Uh-huh.
It'll go from like 9:30 to like maybe 3 o'clock, 2, 3 o'clock. And then, we have the top 2 floors of the hotel.
Mm-hmm. And then it will carry on there?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then No, I mean the after party.
Mm-hmm. No, I know about them. I'll listen to the music. I've heard that song, After Party. But that was at the Holiday Inn, I think. All right, so, and how old are your kids now? How many kids do you have?
I have 6.
6, and how old are they now? Well, you seem youthful. That's why they're
I'm
like,
youthful.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm fertile.
So, and your twins are here, right?
Yeah, the twins are here. They're in the back.
They're 3 years old. Is that right?
No, they're going to be 3.
They're going to be 3.
Yes.
Little girls.
Yes, little girls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're going to be 3 in December.
Are they spoiled rotten?
Recently, someone confronted Ellen about the allegations against Diddy. And let me tell you, she looked seriously uneasy, like she wanted to escape the conversation immediately. This reaction definitely raised some eyebrows, especially since Ellen and Diddy have been close for years. But here's the twist. Rumors are swirling that Ellen might have bigger issues on her plate. Allegations that she could be connected to those infamous tapes from Diddy's alleged parties. And wait, don't forget about Stephen Twitch Boss. There might be more to unpack there too.
Bro, what was she doing? I need to know the graphic details. What was she doing at these parties? I need to know.
The DJ who tragically passed away 2 years ago, Stephen Twitch Boss, is now at the center of swirling rumors. Some speculate that Stephen may have known something he wasn't supposed to about Ellen and Diddy and was silenced because of it. Others are taking it even further, alleging that Twitch might have been involved in Diddy's activities and was blackmailed with compromising footage. Either way, these claims are deeply unsettling. When you start connecting the dots between Twitch's sudden death and the controversies surrounding Ellen and Diddy, it's hard not to feel like there's something seriously shady happening behind the scenes.
17 times! I've been on the show 17 times!
It feels like 20.
It feels like 20.
Every time feels like 1 1/4, so it adds up to 20 because it keeps going. You're always entertaining. You always make me laugh.
Let's start with Ellen DeGeneres and her connection to Diddy. Over the years, Diddy has been a frequent guest on Ellen's show, and has also invited her to his parties multiple times. There was even a moment on her show when Ellen directly asked Diddy if she was getting an invite to his birthday party. Diddy responded by saying he always invites her, but she never shows up.
Yeah, no, it's great. So tell me about your birthday party. Am I invited?
Yes, you're definitely invited. I invite you to all my parties. You just haven't seemed to show up.
No, well, is it on the East Coast?
Yes.
Well, that's why. Why don't you have one here on the West Coast? Because I work all the time.
Okay, well, maybe I have one at your house.
But
here's the twist. Rumors suggest Ellen has actually attended some of Diddy's parties, just not the kind you talk about on daytime TV. During that same interview, Diddy hinted at a different type of party scene that starts after midnight. Ellen chimed in, saying she knows all about those after parties, though she tried to brush it off as a joke.
Your parties start, let's say.
Like 9:30.
Really? That early?
Twitch was blackmailed. He was on Diddy tapes.
Ellen, were you surprised by the allegations about P. Diddy? Did that surprise you about P. Diddy? He's been on your show many times.
I just wanted to say the past 11 days have been really tough for everyone. But to honor Twitch, I think the best thing that we can do is to laugh and hug each other and play games and dance.
Diddy, the man we thought had it all, is now caught in rumors of attempting to blackmail our beloved Twitch. You won't believe what just went viral online. The streets are buzzing, and everyone's questioning whether there's any truth to these claims. Brace yourself, because we're about to spill some scorching hot tea that could completely change how you see these celebrities. This isn't just idle gossip. Hollywood is being shaken to its core with leaked videos spreading faster than a Taylor Swift breakup anthem.
Blackmail. He was on Diddy tapes. I ain't saying this is true. I'm just trying to see what they have to say. But we all know the connection with Ellen and Diddy. We all know that they were tight. He had been on her show many times. So nothing would surprise me. But
let me tell you, girl, about the day the music industry nearly came to a standstill. Picture this: Diddy, the king of his empire, strutting around like he owns the world, but something's off. The usually composed mogul is sweating bullets, and everyone's wondering why. Now, the industry is always alive with drama, so at first, it was just hushed whispers. But this time, the rumors were wilder than Cardi B's boldest outfit choices. People were talking about blackmail, secret videos, and Diddy's involvement in something downright nasty. Here's the kicker: he allegedly tried to pull one over on our boy Twitch. Yes, that Twitch, the one we all loved from the Ellen Show, with the moves that could light up a room and a smile worth $1 million. Word is, Diddy thought he could leverage some dirt on Twitch that he believed was worth more than all the treasures in his mansion. If you've been paying attention, Diddy's been acting strange lately, cancelling appearances, dodging interviews, and looking over his shoulder like he's the lead in a thriller. Remember when he showed up to the Bet Awards looking like he'd seen a ghost? Now we know why. He was probably terrified his little blackmail scheme was about to backfire spectacularly. But here's the million-dollar question. What could Twitch possibly know that has Diddy trembling in his designer boots? Twitch has always been the golden boy of dance, spreading joy faster than the latest TikTok challenge. But maybe, just maybe, he was guarding a secret darker than Diddy's collection of sunglasses.
don't waste no more time. Let's jump right into it.
Yo, Ellen, we go so far back. You don't tell these people how far back we go.
I know, but I wear t-shirts. I don't know what that means. Anyway, all right, let's.
I mean,
you roll that.
Okay,
all right.
I got this. Take two if the joke didn't work. I
No, it's okay.
I don't want no problems.
No, it's okay.
No, hold on.
Hey, so
Let's dive into this video that has everyone absolutely floored. It starts off simple enough. Diddy in his home studio, seemingly gearing up to drop the hottest track of 2023. But then, things take a bizarre turn. Out of nowhere, he starts talking about Twitch, and the whole vibe shifts into a creepy I know what you did last summer scenario. Diddy's cocky as ever, acting like he's about to orchestrate the biggest scandal in Hollywood history. But here's where it gets wild. He starts slipping up, mentioning dates, locations, and other details that only someone neck-deep in drama would know. Watching it feels like witnessing a car crash in slow motion. You know it's a disaster, but you just can't look away. The real kicker? Diddy thought he was playing chess, but he didn't realize he was setting himself up for checkmate. The video doesn't even show Diddy directly, but his presence is unmistakable. It's like he's talking to a ghost, throwing out threats to someone who isn't there. And let me tell you, the look in his eyes isn't the confident swagger we're used to. This is a man who knows his empire is on the brink of crumbling faster than a sandcastle in a hurricane. But hold on to your seats because this saga is just getting started. It's got more twists than a pretzel factory, and trust me, the next chapter will have you clutching your pearls and calling your mom. If you thought this was juicy, honey, you haven't seen anything yet.
Like, as you know, when he passed away, that immediately was coming out. They were already saying that Ellen had something. That's what they were saying that came out. Not too much of Diddy, but Ellen. So again, take these videos with a grain of salt, but I ain't gonna be boo-boo the fool to think that this stuff can't exist.
It's a go.
Like, what time will it go till?
That's a different type of party, though. It'll go from like 9:30 to like maybe 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And then, we have the top 2 floors of the hotel.
And then it will carry on there?
Yeah. Then the after party.
No, I know about them. What time do you stay up till?
I stay up till like maybe 6 in the morning. I'm back up at like 10:30, 11.
6 in the morning? What do you do every night till 6 in the morning? You don't go to clubs every night.
No, I make love a lot.
That's
Ellen,
my favorite answer ever.
I told you when I came on the show, I was going to be completely honest and expose myself to the world.
Yo.
All right, guys, remember when I said we were just scratching the surface? Well, grab your popcorn and settle in, because we're about to spill some steaming hot tea about Twitch that'll leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about daytime TV's golden boy. We all know Twitch, the electrifying dancer who lit up so you think you can dance, the man with $1 million smile and moves smoother than butter on a hot biscuit. He was the guy who made your grandma want to get up and dance, spreading joy faster than salon gossip. With his wife, Alison Hoker, he became a beloved fixture on The Ellen Show, the kind of spouse and performer everyone admired. But here's the twist. Behind that megawatt smile, a storm was brewing, a secret so big it could shake Hollywood to its core. The streets are buzzing with whispers that Twitch was sitting on information that could topple icons and even dim the lights on the Hollywood sign. What was it? No one knows for sure, but here's what we do know. Diddy was desperate to get his hands on it. Whatever Twitch was hiding must have been explosive, juicy enough to make even the most unflappable publicist in LA drop their phone in shock. Trust me, this is the kind of tea that could rewrite everything we thought we knew about our favorite dancer.
People were saying, like, a lot of people were trying to ask, like, is there a time limit on when you're supposed to move on? Because Allison, is his wife, she's dating someone right now. So a lot of people were saying they think it's too soon. People were saying let her live her life. That's completely up to her. If she feel like she's ready to move on, but I know for me, it would be extremely hard to like open myself up to someone again, being that I've been with my wife for so long. It'd be tough. But it's like you hope these things aren't true, man, because it gets really, really, really dark.
This celebrity drama isn't your average Hollywood tea, honey. If the whispers turn out to be true, this could shake things up faster than a quick costume change on Dancing with the Stars. We're talking about the potential to not only disrupt Twitch's career, but to rock the entire entertainment industry. Now, you might be wondering, why would Diddy risk it all for this? In Hollywood, information is power. If Diddy thought he had the ultimate trump card, he likely believed he could control the narrative or even expand his influence beyond the music scene. Or maybe he was just terrified that this secret could boomerang back to haunt him. But here's where things get spicy. When Twitch allegedly got wind of Diddy's blackmail plot, he didn't cower. Sources close to Twitch say he refused to be treated like a puppet, standing his ground quicker than you can count 5, 6, 7, 8. Rumor has it that Twitch clapped back so hard it left Diddy completely stunned. The kind of clapback that deserves a slow, standing ovation. Diddy clearly underestimated Twitch. Our favorite dancer wasn't just sunshine and smiles, he had fire in his belly. And when the pressure rose, he didn't just hold his own. He turned up the heat and set the whole stage ablaze. Allegedly, Twitch told Diddy to take his threats and shove them where the sun doesn't shine. He made it clear that no one, not even the king of bad boy records, was going to push him around. This story is far from over, and if you thought this was explosive, just wait until the next chapter.
Money. They saw what he did to Cassie. With the kicking, the punching. They saw what they did to Cassie. They know that nobody in America liked that. So now these people are represented by a brand. Whether it's something about the music, clothing, movies, they're not gonna come out and speak on nothing that has anything to do with them. And they praying that they not on the tape doing crazy stuff, being oiled up in the whole 9 yards. They praying. So until the feds say, hey, yo, listen here. We got you on, hey, buddy, we got you on this tape. And girl looked like she was pretty young. We're not gonna show it, but we need you to come and testify against Brother Love, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, you know, Sean Combs. That's when they're gonna start talking. And they're not gonna be talking in his favor. When the feds come to them and show them what they got on tape, because if he had 250 tapes all over, 250 cameras all over the house, somebody got caught stealing a cookie out the cookie jar. It could be your favorite pastor. It could be your favorite politician. But they didn't think they was being watched. And Brother Love was watching.
Yeah, I mean, TD Jakes, he haven't even came out and said anything. And him and Diddy was real cool.
Amen. Amen. Yeah, man. And I know the people in the congregation over there is shaking in their boots because this man then led them probably, allegedly led them to damnation because those people's hearts are going to be broken if that man is seen on those tapes doing anything. Because people always put their faith in the pastor instead of putting their faith in God. And what they need to do is understand that he's just a man. And he has a history. It's not looking too good for him.
So you feel like celebs are worried that they might be on tape?
Oh, they know. That's why they ain't speaking up or saying nothing. Yeah, I was at a Diddy party, but I know I ain't do nothing. When you don't know somebody's taping you, when you don't know that somebody is videoing you in some kind of form or fashion, you got that alcohol, you got the drugs in you, they're a little loose, bruh. They let down all their inhibitions. The music is pumping. He said it himself. He got it so hot in there that you gotta take your clothes off. He said that himself, bruh. So a lot of them, like what he said? I think a lot of them was being swallowed. Have you ever been swallowed? They tell off on themselves all the time, man. You just gotta listen.
But why do you think Diddy had all them hidden cameras?
Bro, when you that powerful, you didn't get that powerful without having 1 or 2 or maybe 3 ups on somebody. Diddy always been the type of individual that want to have ups on the next person no matter what they was doing. Like, he always played artists against each other. He did it to Big, he did it to Craig Mack. You understand? I said before, he did the stuff to Ja Rule, you know what I'm saying? So had the ups on Ja Rule so he could go after Jay-Z. You understand what I'm saying? So he always played those kind of up games on people. So to have those cameras and know what he was doing, is gonna give him the ups on everybody who came to that party. Even your favorite basketball player. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. We know who said that. He may be one of the person got caught up in the Diddy party.
LeBron said that, but yeah, you might be right. You know, it sounds like he had all them hidden cameras to use it against people.
I think that was said in the indictment, right? That was said in the indictment. You know, somebody, I think Dawn may have said that. I don't know for sure. And correct me if I'm wrong. He would, even if you didn't want to do something, he would tell the individual, well, I got you on tape doing it before. And the person would feel pressured in having to do something or come and do something at the party or be at the party because he already had him on tape right then and there. But what you think when you do it the second time? He's still gonna have you on tape. Those tapes is the one who's killing, because people don't understand this. Little Rod, he's taping for Diddy in some occasions. When he wrote his indictment up, when he wrote his when his lawyer wrote up his briefs and submitted it, he must have had he must have been a prosecutor somewhere or something like that, because he wrote it up like it was an indictment. You understand? Saying all the stuff that had happened. Then people don't understand this. After he wrote it up and he had the tapes and everything, they sent that to the feds. The feds opened up a case on that. Everybody think it's happened. Oh, the feds looked at Cassie getting beaten, and then they just open up a case. Nah. I think it was more so Lil Rob and them sending the feds that information. They put in the civil suit, then sent the other stuff over to the feds, and it read like an indictment. So they had to look at it because they see some crimes that was committed in that. And lo and behold, they do a raid on the house. So, to get back to your question, all the footage and everything that they have is going to either help, it's going to help them get some more people or get enough people just to hang Diddy.
Ever witness a scandal so outrageous it makes the OJ trial look like a parking violation? Buckle up, because what's unfolding in Hollywood right now is making the Met Gala seem like a Sunday school picnic. The streets are buzzing with claims that this latest leak is about to shake Tinseltown to its core, leaving no one unscathed. Picture this. It's a typical Tuesday in celebrity land, green juices in hand, yoga mats ready. And then, boom, a video hits social media faster than you can say viral. Suddenly, everyone and their grandma is glued to their screens, watching Diddy squirm like a worm on a hook. I won't spoil the details, but let's just say this footage makes the Real Housewives drama look like a friendly game of tag. Servers were practically smoking from the frenzy, and you could almost hear the collective gasp from Bel Air to Brooklyn. Diddy's name was trending harder than a Coachella after party, and he looked like he'd just seen a ghost. The video's tension was thicker than a fresh batch of Popeye's biscuits, with Diddy dropping cryptic lines about secrets that could end it all. Fans were in an uproar, more divided than a pizza at a Super Bowl party. On one side, Twitch squad were scrambling to calm the chaos, while Diddy was claiming the whole thing was one big misunderstanding. And just when you thought it couldn't get messier, the celebrities chimed in, taking sides faster than you could say cancel culture. Shady Instagram posts started flying, cryptic tweets popped up, and some stars were suddenly pretending they'd never even met Diddy. It was like watching a high school cafeteria showdown, only with designer shoes and luxury handbags as accessories. And trust me, this drama is far from over.
He's basically trying to silence us all, saying, nope, no more lawyers or victims can speak forward. Is this legal? Is this actually something that could happen?
Well, I don't think it's going to work. What he's ultimately saying is that he has a right to a fair trial, which would include a impartial jury. And by the time this thing goes to trial next year, will they be able to find anyone to serve on that jury who does not already have formed opinions negatively about Diddy based on all this press coverage? So that's what he's arguing. And he's saying, hey, this needs to stop so that jurors can come in who don't already have preconceived notions of his guilt. The problem is that these statements are not being made by the prosecutor. The court certainly has authority over the parties and their lawyers to tell them to stop speaking or limit their speech, more accurately, leading up to a trial if it would result in an unfair trial occurring. But here, this letter that Diddy's lawyers are filing are directed towards the media, which there is like no way that a U.S. court can tell the media not to report on something. There's maybe one national security exception that's been recognized many, many years ago, and even that's in question. So you can't tell the media stop reporting. That's the silliness that if that's what they're suggesting.
Everyone and their grandma had a theory about who leaked the video. Was it an angry ex-boyfriend, a disgruntled worker with a vendetta, or maybe an inside job? Some people even speculated that Twitch himself might have dropped the bomb, flipping Diddy's world upside down like a pro. Others thought it could have been someone in Diddy's inner circle, sick of his antics and ready to watch it all burn. We're talking about decades of carefully crafted reputations crumbling faster than a sandcastle in a tsunami, with careers hanging by a thread thinner than a model's patience at an all-you-can-eat buffet. The Hollywood blacklist might as well have been a VIP guest list after this. Everyone was suddenly on edge. But just when you thought things couldn't get any crazier, the twist that will make you gasp is about to drop. Enter Beyoncé. Just when the world thought they had it all figured out, the validity of the video was called into question by tech-savvy individuals who suggested that some of the footage might have been artificially generated by AI. Can you believe it? We're living in a world where we can't even trust our own eyes anymore. You might think this is where the story ends. But honey, you're mistaken. When you think you've heard it all, another bombshell is always lurking around the corner. And let me tell you, what's coming next is so shocking, so unexpected, that everything we've discussed so far will seem like child's play. The tea about to be spilled isn't just hot, it's nuclear.
The other people who have identified themselves as victims and have sued are not necessarily even part of the indictment. We're not clear on that because the indictment does not name the victims. And we've seen all these people that have come up with the Busby lawsuits. And we're not sure that any of the people who are suing and whose lawyers are making statements in the press or even named or will be victims in the criminal case. So, the fact that there's a lot of people out there saying things could be just the result of the fact that he harmed a lot of people, and he just needs to be accountable for that, and he really can't stop them from speaking.
So it's interesting because as we go through these letters and exhibits, they really have been trying everything, but they make a point, and there's a section of this Daily Beast article that is interesting because this lawyer, Ariel, is saying her research says that the baby oil could be used as a conduit for the GHB, etc. Now, there previously had been a back and forth between the feds and Diddy's legal team saying you guys can't actually keep talking to the press. They were trying to claim that the feds were racist was one claim, right? They were both going back, sort of sharing examples that neither of them should be talking. And the judge said, you're correct, stop talking. Does that include all these lawyers of all these other extra suits, or this is just the Fed case? Like, does this not fall into the same sort of problem that the feds faced when Diddy's lawyers presented it in court, and that, yeah, these lawyers should stop trying to trial it in the public. They need to wait till the case happens. How does that work?
So there's two parties to the criminal case. It's the United States of America versus, Sean Combs. Those are the two parties. And each party is represented by counsel. So the federal court has authority over, the U.S. government and its counsel, and over Sean Combs and his counsel to saying, hey, here's some restrictions on pretrial statements to the media. So that's possible. But here, the statements that he's complaining about in this letter, or his attorney's complaining about in the letter, are not statements by the government. These are statements by Attorney Busby, who's a civil attorney who is in no way connected to the government. He's just a lawyer who's been hired by people to sue. And then the clients of Busby, and then the other lawyers and clients that are out there making civil claims. Those people are not parties to the criminal case. And like I said earlier, it's not even clear that the people who are suing in civil court, meaning for damages against Sean Combs, are even going to be named victims, witnesses in the criminal case. Now, it would make a lot of sense that the government would reach out to these other folks. I'm sure that's happened. Saying, hey, you're identifying yourself as a victim and you're suing Sean Combs. Do you want to cooperate with us? What do you know? And they may end up being part of the criminal trial, but we don't know that at this point. And the court really doesn't have much authority over these other people because they're not parties and not counsel to.
Remember when I said Hollywood drama never sleeps? Well, honey, it just woke up and decided to throw a punch. The morning after that video dropped, Tinseltown looked like a battlefield, with celebs scurrying away like roaches when the lights flick on. But really, they were just trying to distance themselves from Diddy, Twitch, or their own dirty little secrets. Here's where it gets juicy. The day after, Hollywood seemed like it had been hit by a tornado in a glitter factory. Publicists' phones were blowing up, agents were stress-eating caviar, and celebs were changing their numbers faster than Taylor Swift switches boyfriends. The panic was so real you could almost smell it, mixing with the fake smiles. All these A-listers, once Diddy's best pals, suddenly couldn't remember his name. It was like he'd been wiped off their Instagram feeds, gone without a trace. But hold on, things are getting even spicier. Some of these same people are side-eyeing Diddy like he's got the plague. It's giving that I don't know her energy, and let me tell you, it's delicious. Now, let's talk about Diddy. The man who's ruled the industry for decades is watching his empire crumble faster than a Jenga tower in an earthquake. We're talking cancelled deals, pulled endorsements, and a fan base evaporating quicker than my patience at the DMV. If Diddy doesn't do something drastic, he might just be trading in his bad boy title for bye boy. As for Twitch, while he may have dodged a bullet, he's not exactly dancing in the streets. Word on the street is some of his gigs are on shaky ground. Turns out, being linked to the scandal of the century, even as the victim, doesn't exactly do wonders for your brand. It's like guilt by association. And let me tell you, that's a hard pill to swallow.
It's odd because his lawyer has been out there justifying the oil at Costco and doing all this stuff. So like, which is it, right? You can't have it both ways. You can't be out there defending in the press and putting your own stuff. Or can you? How does that work? If everyone's allowed to sort of say what they want, is he allowed to? Is that the best move moving forward? What would you advise, I guess, to his team? Is this a smart move, or does this make it look like he's silencing us all, which to me isn't a good look?
Yeah, I mean, there's rules on pretrial publicity by lawyers in the United States, and we have to remember, federal government did a press conference. Southern District in New York prosecutor came out and made a press conference. We all watched that, and it was powerful and specific. And so the government's doing this too. The thing is that really what these publicity rules do allow for is to saying, hey, if you are a witness, please come forward, help the government. Or Combs' attorney can say, if you're a witness, please come forward and cooperate with us in our defense. So that's an appropriate use of pretrial publicity, is to get that, other people out there to cooperate. Again, they do have to be very careful in the type of statements that they're making. The baby oil, buying it in bulk from Costco, is a silliness. So, again, the federal court that can clamp down on these lawyers that are involved for Combs and U.S. government. But here, this letter is attacked, towards the news media, which there's zero authority to do anything about, and other people who just happen to have claims against him who are not, at this point, named necessarily as victims in the criminal case. So again, it just seems like he is getting pummeled. He's got an avalanche of negative information against him, and he's trying to kind of basically unbury himself. But I don't think this is going to do it.
Yeah, it's interesting because this Damien guy, the agent, has responded The defendant, citing no authority, have enlisted that such an order bind any local and federal law enforcement agents assisting any aspect of the investigation or any related grand jury proceedings, including but not limited to the Department of Homeland. The proposal was plainly overbroad, as it would require the government to be held accountable, potentially thousands of agents in an independent law enforcement agency over whom the government has no authority or oversight. The Homeland Security employs over 200,000 individuals, as it states here. It basically just says this order would be impossible to enforce. I mean, do you agree with this? Is this a silly thing? How do you think this is going to net out?
Yeah, I think it is silly. We kind of understand that there's a lot of high-profile cases. I mean, we cover these all the time, and they are able to find jurors. I mean, look at Depp Heard. I mean, they found, some people might say, oh, that was a bad example, but we have high-profile cases all the time, intense media coverage, and they find jurors who say that they either don't know anything about the case because they just don't follow the news, or if they've heard things, are able to set that aside and follow the judge's instructions and base their verdict on the evidence that's presented. At least they're going to swear, hey, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So even me, like I say, you and I have heard all this stuff. It's like, okay, I could serve on the jury. It's like, because I don't believe what people say, just because they say it. I mean, it's like I would be able to serve on the jury because I would listen to the evidence.
Yeah.
So even me that's heavily involved in following this, it's like, okay, I mean, the guy sounds guilty, but I would be willing to have an open mind and listen to the evidence and make a verdict.
Yeah, it is all about
I don't
the due
think
process.
this threatens his ability to get a fair jury.
This scandal has the potential to shake things up on a massive scale, revealing the dark side of Hollywood, falsehoods, secrets, and shady dealings. It's not just a few careers on the line, honey. It's like someone grabbed a giant broom and swept away all the webs that were carefully spun over the years. And trust me, there are plenty of them. But hold on, there's still a whiff of uncertainty in the air, because this mess could have some serious unintended consequences. Rumor has it that some other big names are sweating bullets right now, because Diddy's little black book is packed tighter than a sample sale. If anything goes down, you're gonna need a whole lot more popcorn for this show. Right now, both sides are scrambling to control the damage. Twitch's camp is staying calm, acknowledging the rumors, and letting the facts speak for themselves. Meanwhile, Diddy's team is out here claiming that these accusations are 100% false and part of a coordinated smear campaign. But let's be real, this whole situation is messier than a toddler with spaghetti, and it's only getting started. Pay attention, because in this game, things don't end when you think they do. This story has more twists than a pretzel factory, and we're just at the beginning. The real question is, who will make it out unscathed when it's all over? In Hollywood, you never know who's brewing the next scandal, and today's hot tea could easily turn into tomorrow's lukewarm water.
Was being canceled. People were looking at him saying, why are you supporting this woman? And I think that is just a lot of pressure. Human beings are not designed to handle that much pressure. And when I was talking about my experience, his face was like, I know. And he was just like, it's a lot.
Like I said, when you have people that are close to these people and they say things, it's like, come on, man. Because we're on the outside looking in. And a lot of these people, you don't know what kind of conversations they be having and all that. So a lot of these people know a lot. These people that are close to them, they vent to them because they trust that they're not going to say anything. So it's like, it's a lot, man.
Okay, hold up. What if neither Diddy nor Twitch is the true villain here? My crystal ball is telling me we're in for a plot twist so wild it'll make your head spin faster than a breakdancer on a sugar rush. Who's really pulling the strings? That's the real question. Honey, rumor has it that the Diddy tWitch drama is just the tip of the iceberg. Word on the street is there's a power player lurking behind the scenes, orchestrating this whole mess like a puppet master on steroids. This saga? Far from over. So keep your eyes peeled and your ears to the ground, because there could be a bigger fish we haven't even seen yet. The next jaw-dropping revelation is always just around the corner. This tea is about to get even hotter, so stay tuned, lovers. You won't want to miss what comes next.
You may have heard this summer there were allegations of a toxic work environment at our show. And then there was an investigation. I learned that things happened here that never should have happened. I take that very seriously, and I want to say I am so sorry to the people who were affected. I know that I'm in a position of privilege and power, and I realize that with that comes responsibility, and I take responsibility for what happens at my show. This is the Ellen DeGeneres Show. I am Ellen DeGeneres. My name is there. My name is there. My name is on underwear. We have had a lot of conversations over the last few weeks about the show, our workplace, and what we want for the future. We have made the necessary changes, and today we are starting a new chapter.
Just haven't seemed to show up.
No, well, is it on the East Coast?
Yes.
Well, that's why. Why don't you have one here on the West Coast? Because I work all the time.
Okay, well, maybe I have one at your house.
Where's that? Now, what time would your party start, let's say?
Like 9:30.
Really? That early?
Yeah.
I could make that.
Yeah.
But I could think of you of starting a party at like midnight. Like, what time will it go till?
That's a different type of party, though.
Again, just trying to inform myself. I ain't saying this stuff is true. I'm just saying it's not going to shock me if it is. I could honestly see that being the case. Like I said, just because of the strong connection between Ellen and Diddy. You know, I mean, we're talking about Hollywood here. I said it's all connected. You know, I do feel like, I mean, when you see Twitch, and I went to the Ellen show a couple of times, and, you know, this was before, of course, I knew everything that was going on, but they do seem real tight. They do. And to me, it's like, it's hard for me to believe that you can be so close to someone and not knowing